Another perfect day at the end of the world. I'm up with the sun as usual, not a cloud in the sky. And if there was, it'd still be a perfect day, because when you're a farmer type like I am, then rain's good too in its proper place and time. And I cheat, of course. I have some top-grade weather satellites invisibly overhead, governed by a computer system that's smart enough to bluff me at poker, let alone beat me at chess. Rain when I need it, sun when I don't. Snow when I decide it's midwinter. How I love the rugged outdoors life. Living out here with nothing but the fields and the animals and literally the best technological support that anyone ever invented. I wasn't always a farmer. I've had to learn the hard way, mostly by struggling through impenetrable user manuals. Welcome, new owner of the Kinhardy Wallop Robotic Thresholot Model 94. Even with all the time in the world at my disposal, I wasn't sure I'd get it all going at first. But it turns out that if you yank on your own bootstraps enough, there's no limit to how much of a good thing you can get going. The place basically runs itself. The place literally does run itself. 2 decades it took me tugging on those bootstraps, worth every moment. And every moment I spent on it, even when I was sleeping under the stars and going back in time to raid food banks for dinner, I was telling myself how much better off I was than during the fighting. I'm not doing that again. This soldier boy's retired to the country. I mean, let's face it, nobody's doing that again. World peace, man. Forever and forever. I spend half the morning with the tractor. It's a new model I picked up a month ago, rusting in a Soviet barn back in 1962. I'm not lauding this as the pinnacle of agricultural technology never to be surpassed, but restoring the old girl has kept me busy for a few weeks, and it's good to have a hobby. And I've had to make some changes to its energy pathways because I don't want to have to go raid the fossil fuels of the past every 3 days, nor set up my own refining industry here. So magic tractor, basically. Like I say, I do cheat. Cheating makes life easier, and I'm all about that easy life. You've heard about the magic tractor, right? Went round the corner and turned into a field. And when I get the intractable machine working and potter off to where the rice paddies are, I tell myself that good old joke again, and my voice rings out across the rolling fields and as far as the horizon, without ever having to encounter another human being. They're harvesting the wheat and the corn as I drive past in my Soviet speedster with its spanking new coat of red paint. No heads bob up to see what I'm laughing about. There are no heads to bob. There have been maybe 3 moments in history when agricultural automation reached absolutely perfect efficiency. I have pillaged those moments, brought the goodies back here, and spent many happy days trying to get their incompatible systems to talk to one another. Like clockwork now. Planting, tending, harvesting, storing, all accomplished by a fleet of machines from the size of a house to the size of a gnat. Meaning, I get to renovate antiquated agricultural vehicles from the 20th century and drive about with a straw hat on and a wisp of grass in the corner of my mouth like a proper yokel. Out where the flocks are, for an audience of precisely 1 robot sheepdog, I practice the banjo. I am delighted to find terrible at it. It's no fun to pick up skills too fast. Not when you're a man of leisure with all the time in the world. Literally all the time. My time, my world. Feeding time for Miffley next. I love to watch her bound out from where she's been hiding, already salivating a la Pavlov at the sound of the bell I've struck. As she slobbers over her repast, I chow down on a ham and pickle sandwich, which tastes all the better knowing it's my ham and my pickles. I could get by with a much smaller operation if I'd just be happy eating the same thing over and over, but you go enough years on ration kits and you relish a little variety in your diet. This year, I'm going to put in a salmon run, I decide. Really push the boat out. Which will mean getting a boat. I'll have to go back to some point when there were still salmon and read up on what you even do with one. I have a feeling they're one of those species with a ludicrously inconvenient life cycle, up into far highland lakes and then all the way to the sea, that kind of pointless nonsense.